What is going on, everyone? It's me and Craig out here tonight working on the 82. Say hey, Craig.
No.
So yeah, you can see behind me, we got a mess. So we're gonna spin the camera around real quick and let you guys check this out. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have made some progress. About time. So we ended up having to change up the belt geometry a little bit, so we ended up going with a bracket that luckily Craig had ordered for his car and wasn't using right now, so he's actually going to order him another one. But we brought the power steering pump up because of the way the new tensioner with the 3G alternator upgrade and all that stuff works. We got our distributor stabbed in, ready to go. We're going to have to adjust timing a little bit. CDI box and everything's mounted with the coil over there on the firewall, or on the fender apron, sorry. Then it looks like, and so what else do we do over here? Oh, well, we had to put the heads on. We do have a new intake. Somebody over tightened one of the heater hose bosses that goes into the intake, and split the intake. So we had to fix that, didn't we? So I know we've completely, from front of the car to the back of the car, we have completely rewired this entire car. Yep, we went ahead and mounted a fuse block there, which powers everything inside the dash of the car. Go ahead and hit the. Oh well, I guess we'll go ahead and talk about this too. So I wanted to keep the factory look on the car. All the housings that you find online are either clear, or they have, what is it, like 50 LEDs per lens or something. So this way I was able to keep the factory look, but also run LED lights. So I'm going to get down here so you can see them real good. So yeah, that's low beam, high beam, and then if you look down here, well, that's the LED fog light that I mounted down there in the bonnet down there, as they call it. So yeah, guys, that looks awesome. So we still have to aim the headlights. What else we got to do? Oh yeah. So let's move around to the side here. So we still haven't put the doors on the car. So we've got.
We're gonna drive it like this.
We're not driving it with no doors on it.
Like this. It's legal. It's 2 inches deep. Like a Jeep.
So we're gonna put the doors on it tomorrow. I got the new door weather strippings in. I think in the last video I said we got new hatch weather stripping. That little spot right there, if I can zoom in, you can kind of see it. Looks like a Sirius XM satellite, antenna or whatever you want to call it. I got it ran. There's a little grommet up here for your tag lights that's mounted in the hatch. That runs across the headliner, comes in, goes across, and we got new carpet. We got new shift boots.
And a knob.
And a new Hurst shifty knob. Shifty boy. And so yeah, here we go. You ready? And here is the centerpiece of the dash. So guys, that is our new Holley setup. That is the Holley standalone gauges. Grant steering wheel. We had to do a little modifications to get it to work. But let's turn the switch on so you guys can see what it does. Let me zoom out just a little bit so you can get everything. You'll get through a self sweep and recalibrate every time you turn the key on.
Hey, fuel gauge.
Right now it says we got a full tank of gas, and we haven't calibrated it yet. So we still got to go through and calibrate everything.
So this is the other cool thing too. Watch the lights at the top. Okay.
So we had to drill into our bezel to get their LED indicators in.
Left turn.
We got left turn, right turn, and then pull switch, and we got our high beam indicator, which we might have to dim that one down. That was pretty bright. Click it back on real quick. If you look here, we've got all new LED bulbs in our temperature cluster. So yeah, so now it's just a matter of, I've got one side of the forward lights hooked up. So we still got to trim the carpet on this side. The carpet does not come trimmed, unfortunately. You have to trim out for the center console, and you also have to trim out for your seat studs where your seat tracks mount down to mount your seats in the car. At this point, we still need to mount the dash bezel down, or the dash top piece here. So we still got a few bolts to put in there. This piece here for the vents, we've got to mount that in. There's a couple screws on the back side of this. It just needs to be tightened up. And I think I've got the glove box. I think it's black. The black one I've got at the house, I think. So we're going to put the black one in here. Because, guys, this dashboard was actually red. Craig found this dashboard and we were putting it in the other 82 that we had. And the dash that was in here was kind of cracked up and busted up, and they had tried to epoxy it in a few places, and unfortunately it was falling apart. It was done. So we went ahead and swapped dashes. It had a brand new dash pad on it though. That was kind of nice. So we ended up reusing the black dash pad, and so yeah.
So the other thing is too, Mike, I forgot to tell you, come back to the front.
Come back to the front. All right.
I forgot to tell you, we got a new power steering pump and a new power steering rack.
Yes, so we ended up having to, so I went ahead because, alright, so when I got the car, the rack was a little funny. When we checked it, it did not have any power steering fluid in the pump itself, and it had a lot of free play in the rack, so we went ahead and put a new power steering rack on it, all new lines, everything's new. New belts.
Tell them the adventure you had today with belts.
Oh, yeah, we went to that freaking parts house about 19 times a day trying to find a belt that would work on this setup. And we measured it, and it got us close, but every time I'd go to get a belt, it would be a half a size more than what I needed, or, So, anyway, we did end up finding a belt. This one was 74 inches, and we still kind of had to walk it on, but by the time we get the car warmed up and everything, that belt's going to stretch some, and it's not going to be an issue. We went ahead and put new valve cover gaskets on. The valve covers themselves were eventually going to, me and Craig were talking about it. I don't really like that look, and he suggested doing them in black. So that might be something we might do in a future video, knocking these down and doing a little paint on them.
Grandpa also helped us make a new fuel line for the fuel pump.
So yeah, we got a new hard line instead of the rubber line. Comes up into a see-through fuel pump, or fuel filter rather. And then we ended up getting a heim joint,
banjo fitting
off the other carburetor. So, and Craig broke my other cable, so it ended up being better that he broke it.
Listen here, the aftermarket piece of crap does on here. Let me see if I can find it.
It still broke. I broke it again trying to. I don't know what it did. I did something.
It disappeared.
I think we threw it away. Grandpa was pissed and he threw it away, I think.
By the way, if you do intake gaskets, don't use these. And don't use the cork ones either.
So we did find that, okay, so when I got the car, the Gt40 heads on it, it ran great. There was no issues, but the head was cracked on this side. So ended up having to locate another head. And luckily a guy on Facebook gave me one. So, shout out to that guy. I forget his name. Maybe I can find it and I'll put his name in the description or something. Really cool dude. Had to drive all the way to east of Birmingham, Alabama. So that was about a 2.5, almost 3 hour ride each way for me to go pick it up. But it was free and it was a good head. So, had the heads reworked. They did the valves, springs. What are they called? Valve stem seals. They went ahead and done that. They decked the heads a little bit, so they've been resurfaced.
So this is what we found out though.
But the block has actually been decked too. So
because you set the intake down, there's a gap like this big.
Yeah. So we got plenty of. This thing ought to have plenty of compression now.
So we had to put like a lot of silicone on
the
front end of your. Of course, it smushed some of it out, but at least we know it's gonna seal.
Yeah, it's going to seal good now. Did find out, though, that the car has 410 gears in it. I think we maybe mentioned that in the last video. It's been a minute since we put it up, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, and the only reason why we haven't been doing update videos completely,
So we've been out here grinding on this car pretty much every day, trying to get it going. I haven't been able to spend as much time as I'd like because I've got kids and have to work, and then Craig, he's got his stuff going on, so it's hard for us to get out here every single day, or at least every day, and be here all day. But we have been spending a little bit of time each day knocking it out. So, but yeah, it's coming together. We're really happy with it. So tomorrow, goal is to get the seats in the car. What else? We're gonna get the exhaust hooked up. We do have new mufflers for both cars. No Fox is actually. I think he was the one that he knows what they are, but he hasn't given it away yet. So.
And I appreciate that, No Fox.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a before and we're gonna do an after video on the cars. The way they sound. We're doing Craig's car and Myth. So.
You probably know what mine sounds like. Mine sounds like regular Mustang with Flowmasters.
Yeah. So. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with it. So.
By the way, Mike needs to get this junk out my shop. It's been in my shop way too long.
I've been here about 2 weeks now.
A little over.
2 weeks. Yeah. So we've been, man.
We had to have Grandpa's help rewiring the whole car.
Yeah, it took all of us to get everything done, but we're still not finished. Now it's all this little, the fine detail kind of stuff. So this, time consuming. It's tedious. Getting everything hooked up, going back, double checking, making sure everything's good.
I forgot to tell you, we put ARP head bolts in it too.
Yeah. I think I threw the box away, but we did end up putting ARP head bolts in here. So, what are you doing now? Oh, yeah. ARP. Oh, it's backwards, so they can't read it. Flip it around. PRA. So yeah. But anyway, this is just a little short update video, guys. Hopefully, the next one we'll have it running if it works out that way.
I tried to tell Mike, y'all, you listen to me. I call it right now. We got 12-volt distributor now. It ain't gonna chop like it used to.
No, it's gonna chop.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
No,
anyway,
not as hard as it used to.
We'll see.
It ain't.
Still gonna be faster than your car.
I don't care. My car's daily driver.
Daily driver. This will be a daily driver.
No, it won't.
It's be reliable now.
Nope. Too much fuel.
It is getting a lot of fuel. His
car's
not getting enough fuel.
Actually, today my car was getting too much fuel.
Too much fuel?
It was showing like 12-something AFRs.
So, yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Like and subscribe if you haven't.
Please
appreciate, we appreciate all the support, all of the guys that watch us and everything. So, yeah.
If you don't make it before takeover, we're sorry, because both of the channel cards are going to make it.
Yeah, we're going to take both the cars there. And we're working on stickers and shirts. So,
and me a hat.
Yeah. So, anyway. But, all right, guys. Take care. See you on the next one.